Hey folks, it's Susan at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah, where positive energy works. And I wanted to share with you this wonderful question that I got a couple of days ago from a good friend of mine. She's very connected with the angelic realm, and she was inspired to ask me, Susan, well, who are you? I'm like, well, I'm Susan. And I kind of gestured to the store, and it's like, this is who I am. And she said, no, that's what you do. Who are you? And I was like, wow, that is a great question. And I have to tell you, I have done lots of work on who am I. I even have it in writing. But at the time, and for about a week afterwards, I hadn't remembered my statement of belief that I wrote 5 years ago. I had forgotten it. I mean, I hadn't forgotten it, but when she said, well, who are you? It didn't pop right up in my head. And I was like, oh, it's not top of mind. It's not something that I'm measuring everything I say, do, and act on against it. So I want to give you a challenge. Who are you? It's such a wonderful question. So I'd recommend you get yourself out a little journal or a notepad. And if you haven't done a lot of this work, you're going to start writing down things like, well, I'm an engineer, or I'm a musician, or, I'm a comedian, or whatever it is that you do for a living. And I would say the same thing she said to me. No, that's not who you are. That's what you do. And, that really reminded me how much of my human ego is tied up in my earthly endeavors, and how much of my identity I was deriving from the store and the work that I do here. And it's really important to remember that if you're working on your spiritual growth and development, that you ask yourself this question on a regular basis and come up with an answer. Now that answer is likely going to change. It's going to be different when you're in your 20s than it is when you're in your 60s or 70s. So be flexible. It may change. So who are you? And after about a week, and I'm ashamed to admit it took me that long, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I've already identified this. So I want to read that to you now. I believe I am a spiritual being having a physical experience. In my pure light form, I am one with the universe or God. When I'm incarnate in my physical form, I am most at peace when I vibrate at or close to the frequency of unconditional God love or joy. When I am not at or close to that frequency, I experience the lower human emotions and conditions like dis-ease, fear, anger, and frustration. The Council of Light Beings has sent me, as well as others, to this time and place to remind those who have forgotten who they are and teach them the frequency of unconditional God love. So folks, that's your personal challenge. If you would put down in the comments below, what did you discover? Okay, who are you? Put it down there. Give the video the thumbs up if this is, kind of spurred you into thinking a little bit more about who you are and what you're doing. And if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. That would be lovely because it does really help us grow. I love this personal challenge. I hope that it gives you some clarity in your life too. But as always, folks, this is Susan at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah. Namaste.